A round of applause, please, for Dean Hartley, Young British National Party. Thank you.
Hello, Conference of 2012. What a feeling it is to be back on the stage in front of all the members and activists after a great year within the party. But some things don't change after a year, like this British government. They continue to tell lies after lie after lie. Their promises are still broken, and soldiers are still dying in wars that have nothing to do with our interest. When someone has stolen from you, is it an offence to take it back? Of course not, which is why we must take back what the British government has stolen from us, and that's our identity and our country. When the British National Party was first formed, it consisted of two main principles. Firstly, to restore British identity, and secondly, to protect democracy in modern day Britain. This will remain the same throughout the years and will continue to be, even if it takes us another 30 years to get this message across, because in the end we will win our country back. All of us here today have answered the critics that have said that this party is finished by turning out in such great support in numbers. We have not given in to the media lies and politicians who say call us racist and try to run us out off the streets. We are all in this party because we are strong-minded and strong-hearted, and long may it continue. Never follow the sheep. Show off what you are proud of, whether it be the poppy, our armed forces, our political heroes such as Churchill, Enoch Powell, Mr Griffin. Or why not show off that you're just proud of everything British? We could be here all day and say what makes us British. We're proud to be British, which is why we joined this party, because when we say it, we mean it. I would also like to say a little bit of what we've been doing up in Scotland the last year. We have hit the same KFC in Edinburgh around 4 or 5 times. Each time it has become more exciting. A majority of the time, the public have been on our side. Even when the left have turned out, we are seen as the voice of the silent majority in Scotland. We have had many people refusing to enter the KFC because they have found out it sells halal meat. We have had people joining our demonstrations. People are telling us they wish they had listened to Enoch Powell. But they need no fear anymore. The British National Party is here, and we are here to stay. We have also hit Dalkeith with the Profam campaign, which was happily accepted to join the campaign against the rapist being housed in the local town of Dalkeith. Mr Griffin and a few others from down this way attended one of the demonstrations. Sadly, at that time, I couldn't make it. But what I heard, the BNP had made a large impact that day. Alex Salmond has also been involved with some of the demonstrations that we've been doing. The most recent one he's been involved in is when the British National Party joined up with the Scottish Defence League for a march through Glasgow, opposing the socialists having a demonstration, Asylum Seekers Welcome. We were sent to the other side of the city at first, but we wanted to move. We made our point clear, so after negotiating with the police, after about around an hour, 45 minutes, we finally got to go to Judge Square. But funnily enough, a few weeks later, a few of the people who attended the campaign were arrested, taken from their homes early in the morning. Some were taken even from work. But not one public complaint had been made against the march. This is just Alex Salmond showing his dictatorship even before 2014. Can I say, any party or any person that believes breaking up this great nation must seriously have problems. I mean, I love being called a Scot, like yous will have been English, Welsh, Irish. But I'm also proud to be British. Because for hundreds of centuries, our ancestors have fought under one flag. The same flag at one point in history the sun never set on. This flag has flew higher and further than we could possibly imagine for hundreds of years. So in 2014 in Scotland, let's stand together and fly the Union flag higher and prouder than ever before. We are finally seeing the downfall of the European Union. It is irreversible, but only one problem: it's not happening quick enough. But once it does, let's hope we can finally start rebuilding broken Britain. Unless the government comes up with another clever scheme to ruin our economy and leave us to defend it for ourselves. Which is why, even after the European downfall, make sure we all continue to speak out about problems that affect our country first. And don't let the government distract you. We all know that the British government is just as equally guilty as the European Union for the collapse of this country and its economy. With cheap immigrant workers that work for pennies, with the lack of apprenticeships for younger people leaving school, and for betraying our troops by by not rehousing after they've sacked a soldier. That's another thing in Glasgow. We have a high rate of unhoused ex-military forces. I really wish I could see the day when MPs are put on minimum wage, and let's see how quick things change then. Yeah. When I took the role of Young British National Party Scotland organiser, I made a promise, not to myself, but to everyone here, that I would do my part in getting younger people politically aware, or even just to make them speak out about problems which they are worried about in their own country. Even though these problems could offend people in their classrooms or their teachers. But in the last year, I have been amazed at the young people that have actually become politically active and politically aware. I left school, say, 5 months ago now, but before I left, the teachers and pupils were more politically aware and politically active and speaking about politics than they had ever done before. But this is because the teachers seen me as a threat. They seen me talking and spreading the word of British nationalism. They seen me spreading the word of the dangers of Islam. They didn't like it one bit. Because the only reason why is because they're scared to be targeted as a school, as a racist school. But there's nothing racist about warning of the dangers of Islam and in our Christian culture. I also ran for school captain at the start of 6th year, which I knew I would never win. But I was just stood to make a point, and I gained a large number of pupil support, which, if it was down to the pupils, I would have won school captaincy. But only one teacher out of, say, 65 teachers voted me. And that was because, and a quote from a teacher a week after, "This school would never allow you to become school captain because of your political beliefs." You have all seen the new leaflet for the YBNP campaign, Together We'll Beat Them, and already, as soon as I seen it, it had the wow factor. I can already see it being passed to pupil in schools, throughout the classrooms and throughout every school across the country. Now people have someone who will listen to them if they've ever been affected by Muslim grooming gangs. Before, they may have tried to tell their parents, the police, the teachers, but people don't listen. Well, they don't want to listen to something. But now they have the British National Party who will be there for them and working to help them through their difficult times. The British National Party has always tried to highlight these grooming gangs, and time after time, what are we called? Racist Nazi scum. But now that these are being more and more frequent across the country, will we get more good support and popularity from the media or politicians? Of course not, because we're still seen as the main threat of the big three. So with these new leaflets, we're doing our part to show that we are there for them when no other person would be. In the near future, the YBNP will also be focusing on campaigns such as Save the Seals, tuition fees, out of the EU, and much, much more. So if you know anyone between the ages of 13 to 18 and they are interested in getting active, then they can contact us on Facebook or even phone head office, or after I do my speech you can come and I'll give you my number or talk anyway. Many people do not wish to show their faces in the streets, which is reasonable because they have school, they have to go to find work at that age. But there's the things they can do, like speak to their friends, pass it on, speak to their family. They might pass it on to somebody, they might pass it on to somebody else. And it's always that, just that wee bit extra could get you somewhere. When a smaller political party, compared to the big three, is a threat to Labour, Conservative or the Lib Dems, they try to ruin it. They try to crush its popularity, its support and the soul of the party. They have failed in doing this to the British National Party, not because they're too weak, but because the soul of this party is too strong. No other political party can match our passion. And for the record, the soul of the party is everyone in this room, the members, the supporters and the activists. So it's true what they say, united we stand, divided we fall. So that's why I know this party will succeed in its mission and that this country will never fall, but British nationalism will take charge. And in the words of Sir Winston Churchill, never surrender. Thank you.